Hey, what is up everyone, and welcome back to another episode in the Film Chronicles. And in today's episode, we're going to be going over some Star Wars game announcements that were just made recently. Very exciting news. I do love me some good Star Wars games. I'm a big fan of, Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2, the originals, Star Wars The Force Unleashed 1 and 2, recently Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. I thought the remakes of the Battlefronts were pretty okay. I know Battlefront 2 is pretty fun to play online, so there's that. I'm very excited to see what these new games are. But before we get into the full details of everything, I just want to remind you guys, as always, to make sure you guys are smashing that like button down there. And of course, leave a comment, especially on this video if you guys are big Star Wars fans, what you want to see in games that are going to be coming out, at least in these 3 games, or maybe even future titles or some ideas that you guys have thought about for a while. It'd be cool to read. And of course, if you guys are new to the channel and you're just clicking on this video, make sure you consider hitting that subscribe button, and then after that, turn on that notification bell so that way you guys do not miss a new video that's going to be coming out in the near future. With that out of the way, we can get right into this full breakdown. So going into this, like I said, 3 new games are in active development from Lucasfilm Games, EA, and Respawn. As you guys know, Respawn is the developer for Apex Legends, which is one of my favorite games to play. So I think I'm pretty excited myself. Maybe that's a little biased, but I'm pretty sure that they have a proven track record. And of course, Jedi Fallen Order was also a collaboration between EA and Respawn, and that was a great game. And if you disagree, you can fight me later. So we do have very bottom of the barrel scraps of information for these 3 new games. One is going to be a strategy game that's in development right now. The other one's going to be a FPS shooter with Peter Hirschman. You may or may not know, but he was actually the executive producer on the original Star Wars Battlefront games, and he actually recently served as the VP overseeing Lucasfilm game projects. So he's going to be attached to this first-person shooter, which is very exciting. It might be a sequel to maybe Battlefront 1 and 2, at least the original series, or maybe not. Maybe it's a whole new first-person shooter. They did mention that this is going to be some original games, albeit the 3rd game that's in development, which is Jedi Fallen Order. It's a sequel to that, so that obviously is a sequel to the original game from before. But these 2 new games, the strategy and the FPS shooter, they're going to be original games in themselves, or at least that's what they said they're going to be. Vince Zampella, he's the group GM and founder at Respawn. He's going to be overseeing this new phase of games in development, and he states that they are thrilled to work with Lucasfilm Games on new titles that they have wanted to make for years, they being Respawn. So it's going to be interesting to see. Maybe it's some ideas that they have been cooking up aside from the Jedi Fallen Order sequel, because I mean, we all kind of knew at this point that that was going to be made. It's a very great game. It has a unique storyline. It has great ties to the lore, and I think the overall gameplay is very fun. I mean, from the battles to developing your own, crafting your own lightsabers, different kyber crystals, and also just like I said, the lore, like expanding on the original lore, and plus introducing some stuff from the comics and other expanded universe stuff, such as the wills and stuff like that. So I thought that was very cool and fresh, and I can't wait to see what the sequel brings and who the sequel brings as far as OG characters and also new characters. So yeah, I'm very excited for these new games that are going to be coming out. Like I said, I'm a big fan of Star Wars games, and I think we kind of had a dry spell, and I think Jedi Fallen Order really revamped that, and this is evident of that. So like I said, I'm very, very excited to see what these future games will be, especially if they have footage to show off at the end of the year, or maybe even the beginning of next year. So that'll be very cool. And it's also very possible that at least the first-person shooter and possibly the strategy game, I guess depending on what kind of strategy game they go for, they could have something to do with some of the new films in development, or even the current comic book run that is dealing with the High Republic characters from that timeline. So it could be something along those lines. Who knows at this point? I mean, like I said, very bottom of the barrel scrape, pretty much is what we're getting here. And I kind of just wanted to get a little video out there because I'm very excited to talk about that, and it's also a part of what's coming in the near future. So like I said in the video previous to this one, I will be doing a new name and kind of using that to talk about more topics and kind of broaden from just movies and talk about games and such stuff like this. So stay tuned, it's coming very soon. It's actively in the works, and as I drop these videos, you begin to notice the changes as we go along. long. So thank you for your continued support. That's going to kind of wrap it up for this video at least. I'll be making more videos, of course, dealing with other movie and TV series news and such and stuff like that. Make sure you guys leave a comment on the information that I just dumped on you guys and what you think of it, or what what you're taking away from what they have said, and maybe things you have heard. So yeah, and of course, if you guys are new to the channel and you just clicked on this video and you enjoyed it, make sure you're considering subscribing. It's right there on the right side, and you can click it and then turn on that notification bell, so that way you guys don't miss any new videos that will be coming out. So stay tuned, and thank you guys once again. Peace.